Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We'll get to those stories in a moment, but we began in Webster County, where the sheriff there, Tim Mitchell, appeared before a judge this afternoon in Eupora. In his initial court appearance today, Mitchell was read all 12 charges that he is now facing. He was also given a $400,000 bond. Our Quentin Smith was inside the courtroom today. He joins us now live from Webster County with more.
Yeah, Andrea, Sheriff Tim Mitchell walked in with his hands cuffed and his feet shackled, and instead of being upset, he appeared to be vibrant as he waved and winked at his family members who were here supporting him today. Now, Mitchell, who was arrested Wednesday morning at his Hobby Home Road, is now facing a dozen charges, which includes attempting to have sex with an inmate, giving weapons to an inmate, and he's even facing embezzlement accusations. Several state agencies are continuing to collect evidence and speak with witnesses in this ongoing investigation. Now, if convicted, the sheriff could face a maximum of 152 years behind bars, along with paying over $100,000 in fines.
In this case, because of the nature of the 12 charges against him and because of some threats that had been made, we agreed to a $400,000 bond, and that if he make that bond, he be required to be limited to have to stay at his home, and that he be required to have electronic monitoring to make sure that he stays at home.
Mitchell's case is now set to be presented before a grand jury. However, a date for that still has not been set. Now, you may remember Mitchell submitted his resignation from the position as sheriff just last month. His last date on the job was set to be January 2nd. However, due to this investigation, he has now announced that Chief Deputy Andy McCants will serve as sheriff and take over the department until that date. I also want to point out the Webster County Board of Supervisors has called a special meeting to take place on December 26th. And during that meeting, it's expected that they will discuss finding a new sheriff to finish out the remainder of Mitchell's term. We're going to continue to follow this story and bring you the latest details as they become available. But for now, reporting live in Eupora, Quentin Smith, WCBI News.
All right, Quentin, thank you so much for that report. Well, those crimes that the Webster County Sheriff is accused of committing are shocking to the community. The accusations, though, also jeopardize public trust in law enforcement as a whole. Communities put their trust, of course, in sheriffs when they elect them to office, and those sheriffs, in turn, take an oath to protect and serve the best interest of those communities. Clay County Sheriff Eddie Scott believes when something like this happens, it affects that relationship in a negative way.